Welcome back to the Hardforking channel. Joining us today, Robbie Williams and Madonna. Welcome along, people.
Hi.
Thanks. Actually, it's not Madonna, it's Leanne and Jesse, but lots of good stuff today, people. Lots of good stuff.
But first, the most important news, this.
That was my lockdown haircut.
Oh, wow. Can we write in the comments below who we think Sean looks like here? And because we were all discussing our haircuts, and I've got crazy humid Bali hair. Jesse's got nice slicked hair, and Sean's had a haircut which brought us down memory lane to look at some old footage.
That was 6 months of a hard lockdown. I couldn't get a haircut, and I tell you what.
You look like a mad scientist.
It looks like something.
It's
right.
something.
Okay, I'm sure the audience is not really interested in my hairstyles. They want to know what's happening in the world of crypto, people. Let's have a little bit of a giggle first up. I absolutely love this clip here, which will lead us into looking at the BTC chart. Check it out.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best? There's no second best. There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right? Right? There's no second best. Okay. It's not like Google and Facebook. It's not like Apple and Amazon. Yeah, we can debate Apple or Amazon. What's better? They both look like tech monopolies to me. They both look pretty good. On the other end, Bitcoin or no. Bitcoin. Bitcoin's a crypto asset. This entire idea of like 60% dominance is bullshit, ridiculous, stupid, right? Like, it's stupid. It's not 60% dominant. It's like 96% or 95% dominant, right? I think 5% of other stuff in the world. So there is no real control.
Right, very good. Leanne, let's have a look at the BTC chart.
I only answered to Madonna today. Okay, let's look at the BTC chart. Bitcoin chart, very quickly. What a nice break out of the 41.5 zone we were watching for so long and waiting for. And I've left my arrows there again so you can see how that played out. We did have that touchdown and we're up. I'm still watching for the 49K area because in my chart system, we have lots of energy through here. So here's where I anticipate huge resistance, and I'll be watching very carefully. If you are in spot positions, you need to decide if you're a trader or a hodler, and if you're a trader, you need to be mindful of this area and have some protective things in place, and you can watch for a breakdown and see where we revisit. It could be a dead cat bounce still, we don't know, but everything looks really strong. The force at which it broke through, I was really pleased to see, and the wave is green still, so let's see if we revisit the 41.5 zone, but my first port of call is to just, can it get up to this 49K zone?
On that note, talking dead cat bounces, I actually asked Baloo on our show yesterday whether he thought this was a bull trap.
I don't think that it shows characteristics of being a bull trap. I think the price action that we're seeing right now is very healthy. I'm watching the 50K level. I'm watching around 50K. But at the same time, I am basically fully in Bitcoin at around 41K with a break-even stop. So I don't care if it's a bull trap.
Let's have a look at what a few other analysts are saying and discuss an end of year prediction. The first thing I want to share with you here. So this is the stock to flow model. This is a model developed by this guy, Plan B. He's an investment banker. Effectively, in traditional finance, there's always a way that they value equities, derivatives, etc. They're always using models. That never really existed with Bitcoin because there was no cash flow or yield model that could be used. So this guy came up with a stock to flow model. Now this one compares other commodities. So here we've got gold, silver, diamonds, and real estate. The stock to flow is the measure of scarcity. So with the stock, that would be, if it's gold, that would be the gold that's above ground. The flow would be the gold that's coming out of the ground. So with gold, we've got 200,000 tons, I believe, above ground, and we produce around 300 a year that's dug up. Dividing 200, which is the stock above ground, by the flow, gives us a figure of 60. Now with Bitcoin, we're getting a figure of 55. So with Bitcoin, it's obviously the 18.5 million Bitcoin that already exist. The flow is how much we are producing each year. So using that model where this guy is effectively saying that we're going to have a Bitcoin valued above 100K by the end of the year. So often when you're hearing that figure, it is based on this guy's model. The basic thesis around the stock to flow model is that when you reduce supply, the price goes up. So that's often why, we're hearing Bitcoin being compared to gold, hence the title of this one, Bitcoin going for gold. So every 4 years, as we all know, there is a halving event which reduces the supply, and we often see these big price spikes. Gold has a market cap of 10 trillion. Bitcoin is often called digital gold. So, for me, that's kind of our first target here. And I do think Bitcoin is very much being adopted as digital gold by big institutions. So I think a $10 trillion market cap for Bitcoin is absolutely realistic. And I think we're going to get there a lot quicker than people expect. So, my end of year call on Bitcoin is definitely a 100K and above. Thoughts on that, people?
That seems to be the number that I keep hearing from a lot of different sources. Doesn't really matter to me. It's the one thing I don't trade.
50K was the first, milestone. 100K next, yes. I feel like it will shoot past, just as we did with the 50. Might cap out at 120. When that happens, I'm not so sure about. End of year.
Let me share another chart with you both. This is all about length of cycles and return on investment. So there's a lot of debate around whether you use the halving event as your length of a cycle or a Bitcoin bottom. So basically, if we look here, this blue line is effectively cycle one, and that lasted, as you can see, just over, around 230 odd days, I think it was, and had a stratospheric trajectory and a massive return on investment. Here's the second cycle, which lasted around 700 days. Here is our third cycle from the bottom to the top, which was over 1,000 days. And this purple one is where we're currently at. So the thinking here is that these cycles are in fact getting a lot longer, and obviously the return on investment is lower because the market cap's going up. So we would have to, have a much higher market cap to get the similar return on investment. So when you look at this, combine it maybe with the stock to flow model, the stock to flow, I want to point out when they're predicting 100K Bitcoin by the end of the year with that particular model, you got to remember that this is an average. So we could see a much higher Bitcoin price, and in fact we would have to see a much higher Bitcoin price to get that $100,000 figure because it's an average. So that's where we're hearing these what might seem outlandish figures of $250,000 and up, But effectively, that stock to flow model has not been invalidated, and over time it has proven to be quite accurate. So hence my prediction of a 100K plus end of year Bitcoin, which wouldn't that be nice, people?
Would be.
Would be. Also, on our gaming show the other day, it was great to see the amount of games that are popping up on the Lightning Network. We've actually had 3 of them. So I'm going to endeavour to get the people behind those games on the show, because as an ex-Bitcoin maximalist, and as you know, if you follow the show, I'm still very passionate about Bitcoin. It is awesome for me to see that there is more happening on Bitcoin than just digital gold store of value. We've got games popping up, things happening. That makes me very, very, very happy. Doesn't it?
Yes.
You happy,
Justin
Leanne?
Bieber.
You
Yeah,
happy?
oh, I'm always happy.
Jesse, you happy?
At this very moment, sure, yeah.
All right. What else is happening?
Oh.
I'm done now. I've talked about Bitcoin. I'll hand it over to you two. I've been prattling away.
How about Kevin O'Leary?
Yeah.
Mr. Shark Tank, who, as we know, I think it was like, I don't know, if it was upwards of 5 or 6 months ago, we kind of knew that he was suddenly full on with crypto. He was just, better late than never, right? But it's always...
He was a massive hater on it for quite a while. So that classic sort of move of shitting on it while you're buying it.
Well, and it's not, I guess because he's not quite dinosaur level yet, that he was able to, pull himself out of the matrix. But to see him now being the FTX kind of spokesperson, right?
Yeah. He's taken an equity stake in it, and
he's getting paid in crypto by them.
yes. So he's taken an equity stake, and he mentioned in the article too that one of the reasons FTX is appealing to him is because they do have some regulatory procedures in place, and as a prominent person, that's important to him as well. So I think, because he's mindful of compliance and all of that, and he's a spokesperson now for crypto, he's not a stupid man, and anything he puts his money into, I'm listening. He's listening to me, actually.
It seems like he's trying to kind of make a bridge between both sides, because the way he spoke, it almost made it sound like I'm doing this to keep myself in check, to make sure I'm doing everything legally. I mean, just to have him in crypto makes us feel good, but then it's almost like him going into crypto makes them feel good too.
Yes.
He's like bridging the gap.
Totally. That's what I meant when I just said he's listening to me. I meant all of us. So I was going to say I'm listening to him. No, actually, he's been listening to all of
he's
us.
just listening to you.
Just
me,
you. Just Madonna. And
he's thinking strictly about you.
Yes. And that's, it's nice for us after all these years to...
I could just picture you dressing like Madonna back in the day, Leah.
Actually, I used to be Natalie Imbruglia.
I can picture her doing it right now.
Natalie Imbruglia, because I used to have dark, long hair.
Were you a rebellious youth, Leanne?
Rebellious?
Yeah.
I'm a quiet rebel.
Okay.
I work like a resistance fighter. I do enough to not be put in jail and quietly do my thing behind the scenes.
Okay, very good. What's happening with Ethereum?
Okay, we're off Mr. Wonderful listening to Madonna, personally. He's in my speed dial. So, wow, Ethereum, we spoke last week. Could it blast through the resistance? And it did, with great force. So, if you didn't get in yet, I would not FOMO in just now. I would wait for some sort of pullback that will come eventually, and then work out what the trend is looking like. But if you are in position with Ethereum, fantastic. Looks great.
Not financial advice, of course, people.
The wave is green. And
she's talking to me and Jesse.
Personally, not Mr. Kevin O'Leary.
I'm sure he's got plenty of ETH. I wonder if Michael Saylor's ever going to turn around and say he's
he's
throwing
not.
some money into ETH.
No, he doesn't give a rat about ETH.
Or, he certainly wouldn't tell anyone.
So, $6 million stolen. I think everyone knows all about that. I don't think we should cover it too much, but it looks like whoever did that is actually KYC'd somewhere, so I think they're hot on that person's trail. But there has been a flood of people telling me, oh, your precious Polygon got hacked for $6 million. No, wrong, it wasn't. It was a project bridging on that network. On that note, can we have a look at the Matic chart?
On that note, welcome back to On That Note.
I have been holding this damn thing, watching everything else do your popcorn and popping off, and Matic's done nothing, but it's finally made a move.
My SMAs are about to get a buy signal. So on the 12-hour, I think we just got that last week. And so it is breaking up here. I'm personally, like, if you're wanting to scale in a bit more, I would wait for the daily confirmation and wait and see if it hits resistance up at 156 area. I'm expecting that's the same zone as BTC. So it is looking strong and good, and I'm waiting for this daily signal to come through, and I'll text you immediately.
Good. You promise?
Yes.
I'll probably be watching it like a hawk anyway, Leanne.
I'm sure you're already loaded anyway, so it's all good.
No.
He's loaded on paper.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Rich on paper.
Anyone that was in crypto in 2017 knows all about that. Yep. Well, we've obviously, I'm sure most of you are familiar with the infrastructure bill. We had the most utterly bizarre situation where some amendments to how crypto was going to be handled were pretty much agreed by everybody. There was one senator that voted against that amendment, which is just could be quite devastating for the US crypto community. I'm hoping that when it goes to the House, that things will get changed. This to me just is utter stupidity and just shows how broken political systems are here when someone can turn around the next day and say, actually, I agreed with what was in that crypto bill, but I voted against it because I didn't get what I wanted for my military spending. I'm sorry. What the fuck?
There's a lot of lost cause vibes that I'm getting. And I've asked multiple American crypto players that I know, what is their thoughts? And it's flat out, if this goes into effect and starts to affect, I'm leaving. Of course I'm leaving. America can go ahead and devour and destroy itself. If you want to do that, you can do that. Like, I implore you, don't destroy yourself, but if you want to, go right ahead.
Yeah, the system is screwed. It's going to lose its talent. Residents that are interesting people are going to leave. Yeah, it's just a disaster, really.
Where they've screwed up here is the wording is just going to be so onerous on crypto companies and individuals who want to participate in the crypto world. So, for example, if you wanted to play a game, you'd have to go through a whole lot of KYC just to get into the freaking game because the people running that game would have to collect all your information to pass on to the tax department. So, look, I don't think the intention was necessarily bad. And as I say, they had amended the bill and it was one person that wouldn't vote on it. It wouldn't have put these onerous conditions on crypto companies. Now, the good news is it has to be approved in the House, and that's not going to happen for a month. So at least the crypto industry can lobby. And if you're an American and you're watching this, you need to get on this. You need to make some noise here because it's absolutely going to screw your ability to be involved.
There's a lot of things to make noise about at the moment.
Leanne, did you ever figure out what happened with your cosmic kids?
Oh, I went on OpenSea this week to have a little play around, and I bought a cosmic kid. So I had a little bit of a hiccup. I bought 2 cosmic kids. One of them's disappeared off my OpenSea platform. I got the email saying I purchased it. It's not there. So if any viewers have any clue where that could be, I've got no idea. So now I only have one.
Even to this date, you're not?
Yeah.
You're unable to find it?
Yeah, you know how the other day I told you I couldn't find it? Couldn't find it.
Yeah, it was yesterday, yeah.
Yeah, still can't find it.
So she bought 2 NFTs. She got emails saying she bought both of them successfully. Her Ethereum left her wallet. And then suddenly, one of the NFTs is now missing out of her OpenSea, but she still sees the other one.
Yep.
If anyone can figure out what the hell that's all about,
yes,
please
drop a comment.
Leave a comment. I assume that OpenSea is maybe just being buggy and it's not displaying something that she has. It could be hidden, especially since you saw both of them in your account at one point.
Yeah, that's it. And I sent you the photos, so I'll put the photos up. Yeah, so I'm a terrible teacher. I lost a kid. It's like the worst nightmare on an excursion that I always had. I lost a kid. You know, you'd take off on the bus.
A cosmic
Have I
kid.
got all the kids on the bus here?
Leanne, you'll be very pleased to hear that Gary V
Yeah.
has endorsed World of Women NFT collection.
World
for
of
its
Women?
fire art.
Women.
Yeah.
World of Women. Wow. Okay, that's very interesting. Okay, there's
Sounds to me like he's trying to find an easy way to make more money.
Yeah.
That's what
They do
Gary
actually
Vee
look
does.
pretty cool.
I mean, yeah.
Should we buy one? Should we buy one for our show?
Why isn't it a woman? Why is Gary Vee making another $100 million off of women?
Okay, Leanne, we should get one of these for our show and see if you endorse it.
Okay, I'll have a look. Is it on OpenSea?
Is he gonna do the world of like handicap next, and then the world of like trans, the world of autism,
Yeah.
the world of hunger, the world of world
the
hunger,
world of vegans, the world of
the world of war, World of Warcraft. I think I've just had it with the Gary V's of this fucking world.
Yeah.
Like, we get it. Like, you're good with money. We get it. Like, you're really good at talking and you know how to like engage the crowd.
If you put your head down and just work for the next 10 years, have 4 jobs. Wendy's, Walmart, your side hustle, work, train, learn.
I get it. Like, you're trying to make money and you're also trying to empower people and help them make money. Like, there's a vein bulging out of your head. Like, relax.
This is like the ranty superstar musician show. I love it.
I need to release.
Yes, we all do.
Come on, Jesse, get it all out there, man.
Sorry, Gary. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings.
Can you say that really close to your mic when you? Yeah.
I'm sorry, Gary. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings.
There we go.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Very, very good. Are you going to buy a World of Women NFT, Leanne? Go and check it out.
I will check it out.
Make sure you. Next week, you'll find out whether Leanne thinks Gary V's right, and that's a great investment.
Oh God, he's giving me homework.
We'll see whether Leanne endorses World of Women.
Okay, I'll check it out
NFTs.
for
Isn't that exciting? Mm-hmm. Do we have any other charts today? Is there any other things that you think are about to pop off, or is it just a case of everything is popping off?
Well, everything's looking definitely interesting. Doge caught my eye yesterday. I'll quickly share that. look at your face. Ooh.
Look, it has its place. I mean, this Hardforking's mantra is crypto culture, and it is part of crypto culture. I get it.
It's interesting to keep an eye on because it's the coin where people throw money when they start getting all frantic again. So I'm watching it. It just broke out of this local resistance, and I believe. So if anyone was in, see, we've got that nice signal that came up on the 12-hour, the green one, and we've got a green wave starting. So I believe it is in the start of a trend. So if you were a person that wanted to trade this, it is starting to look tradable. And I've made a very clear note here. This is not an investment. This is a tradable asset to me. So yeah, there's scaling in opportunities there. And scaling in, if you're not familiar, it means don't throw everything at it. Build a position if you're a trader, because we don't know at what point Bitcoin will take a pullback, and that will drag everything down into the toilet with it.
Very good. Jesse, what else have you been up to this week in the crypto space? And actually, give us an update on your ape. Did you sell it, or is it still going up in value? What's happening?
The update on my ape is it's still hanging out. The floor price of Bored Apes is what, 13 Ethereum at this point.
Wow.
So
What'd you pay for it?
7.35.
Nice.
I stopped. I was getting a bunch of offers that were rising and rising and rising. I haven't gotten an offer in like a week, so that's the only thing that's changed. But then again, I've never had it on for sale. I've never had it on auction. So those people were offering just, I guess, out of wanting it. You know, a few people have said, even Leanne said, like, well, just throw it up for sale for some insane number, like 99 Ethereum. And I've seen people do that. I think the reason I don't do that is because I don't want people to look on the market and see that and go, no one's gonna buy it for that, and then maybe even get turned off of apes a little bit for seeing people, owners, taking the piss and putting it up for sale for 99 Ethereum. And even though we know it's not worth 99 Ethereum yet. So I'm just leaving it as is for like a piece of art for people to come and take a look at if they want.
I'm really impressed with, we had Joe Saz on a couple of weeks ago. It'd be great to get him back on and tell us a bit more about this thing. And this isn't a product placement, by the way, people.
No.
But To the Moon card, I have used this. I used it in a parking machine. I bought something online with it. I withdrew money from an ATM. It worked everywhere.
Now, what is the difference between To the Moon and Embly, Sean? Because we used to do a lot of this.
I'm not too sure. I've got to figure that out.
We did commercials for Embly, and now they're called To the Moon, I guess, or there's a connection between Embly and To the Moon. Either way, it went from a non-functioning disaster card to something now that works and has actual,
functionality,
worth.
yeah.
And so I would be interested to be holding one, but I still haven't received anything.
Comments below, people, about crypto credit cards, please. Let us know the good, the bad, and the ugly of your experiences with them. But yeah, I'm pretty stoked that I got this, and it has worked everywhere I've used it, all the possible ways you could use it. So that's fantastic. Fantastic. Yeah, on that note, I was talking to some friends in Jamaica today who have been trying to buy crypto, and their money keeps getting sent back. So I'm trying to get to the bottom of what's going on there. I'm signing up some scholars for my Axie teams from that wonderful island, a place very dear to my heart.
Let's get together and feel.
What's wrong with you two today? This is a serious show.
One love.
Okay, well, let's just round this out with what we've actually got the growth lead from Axie Infinity on the channel with us next week. So make sure you tune in for that one. How's your scholar program going, Leanne?
Good. They're a little pissed that the MMR stuff changed, that they'd worked pretty hard to build that up, and then it got peeled back and start again. So it's had a few challenges in the last few weeks, but
Ain't your fault.
Ain't my fault. But they're good. Going well.
Well, I thought I was a genius buying a bunch of AXS the other day. Jesse and I, along with Jordan, we're breeding some more Axies for our community, and the price of AXS shot up the next day, and I was like, oh, great, look how much money I saved. And then they obviously halved.
The problem wasn't in you buying AXS. The problem was that you used it before the halving thing kicked in.
Yeah.
In other words, every time you bred with 4, when a day later you could have been breeding with 2.
Literally
It
hours.
actually cost you then double because the price doubled.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, like there was like $600
Like
basically that you spent
a
extra.
quadruple whammy. It's $1,000 an Axie.
See how cruel my co-hosts are, people? See what I have to deal with? It's like this every day.
Sean's like, I bought some, and I'm like, I'm thinking I just sold half of my AXS, but anyway.
Okay, now a very popular ending to our show last week was your words of advice. I had a lot of people
Oh, really?
comment to me that they really enjoy that segment of the show. So not that you've had any time to think about some words of advice for everyone this week, but take it away, Jesse.
Eat your vegetables, exercise, and stay away from that pornography. It's no good, you hear me? It's no good.
Madonna,
No fat.
words of advice for our audience to close the show, please.
My words of advice is the same as Jesse's, that everybody should exercise. And this is my latest exercise pole. It's a PVC pipe, like a plumbing pole. So if you're a trader or you work online, you should be having, things like this. And you just do all these mobility exercises and, just free up the shoulders. So my advice is get mobile. If you're not mobile and you don't have things like this in your house, a PVC pipe, you should get one.
I'm in the gym every day at the moment. It hurts, but yeah, you're right. You're 100% right. Keep moving,
But
people.
you don't need weights to be healthy.
That's true.
But
Yeah, weights and rugby got me in trouble here.
Body resistance. Jesse and I are body resistance workout people.
All the way.
And we got guns. And we have not one single weight that comes into play. So what's my word of advice? Get mobile.
My advice is hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, tune in later today for our live show. Make sure you're here next week for these two again.
We apologise if there was just absolute rubbish in that show, but it was fun.
Little bit different.
Keep smiling.
Keep smiling, people. We love you. See you all soon. Bye now.
Ciao, ciao.